So a bunch of guys just pulled up and shot my truck.
What was that? I ain't hanging around here, guys. I've left my tent. I didn't pack it up in the end.
Camping is meant to be peaceful, an escape into the wild where the worries of the world disappear under the stars. Tonight, we're diving into 6 of the most disturbing camping encounters ever caught on camera.
Oh, God, nearly got shot. Fuck hell.
Moments so unsettling, they might just make you think twice before your next trip into the woods. Camping in your vehicle can be peaceful, but in James's case, it turned into a real-life nightmare. James is no stranger to van life. His goal is to live on the road full-time. But on this trip, he was violently awakened by the sound of gunfire hitting his truck.
So a bunch of guys just pulled up and shot my truck with me in it. I was literally sleeping in the back, and they shot it up right there. Yeah, so that was pretty crazy because these guys pulled up, and you know, I don't know. I think hopefully it was just a bunch of kids or whatever, but you know, even hopefully. But so I'm in the truck, and you know, these guys pulled up, and I heard them pull up, and I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm at this building because I was staying at that abandoned place, and I'm at this building, and man, it was crazy. They just started shooting at my truck.
He immediately ducked down, heart pounding, unsure where the shots were coming from or why. When the chaos stopped, James stepped outside to investigate, only to find 8 bullet holes in his window.
And I'm in it, so I ducked down. I was like, oh my God. Like, I ducked down. I was like, okay, well, you know, they're shooting at the glass, whatever. And then I heard them take off, and I just got out and, you know, basically got in the front, checked it out, got in the front, and drove off, because I'm not going to stay there tonight, obviously, not after that, you know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm going to go down the road or what. I'm pretty far from home. I don't want to have to drive all the way home tonight. But that was pretty crazy. Watch, I'll show you. I mean, I haven't found any rounds yet. They're small. It's a 22 probably, right? Or something, but I haven't seen any rounds in here or anything. My truck's a mess, but yeah, so aside from needing a new window, I'm okay. I guess let that be a lesson, you know what I mean? Just be careful if you do anything like this, or a lesson to me too. You know, that was scarier than any paranormal experience or anything like that I could have. That was pretty wild. You know, you're sitting in your truck and it's being shot at, like, regardless of whether it's a small caliber or not. That was a pretty scary experience. So you hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
Shaken and terrified, he made the decision to abandon the trip and head home immediately. This wasn't a scare story. This was real. One wrong move, and James might not have survived the night.
That's like 2 feet away from my head, but so I was like half asleep. They pulled up. I was like, whatever, you know what I mean? And then started shooting, and I was like, oh my God, it was just crazy. It's a weird situation. So
Andy is an avid outdoorsman, often taking his viewers along on wild camping, hiking, and remote adventures. But in this video, what began as a peaceful overnight trip quickly turned into a life-threatening encounter, forcing him to pack up and flee.
Right, today it's a nice evening. It's really quite nice and warm. So I thought I'd come out for a wild camp and test out some of my new camping gear. So really excited. I love it when I test out camping gear. So I don't usually come out on my own, but nobody else was available. And look at this, it's just lovely. So here we have it. This is where I'll be pitching my tent. So it's on a fire break in some ancient woodlands.
After a short hike, Andy arrived at a remote spot and began setting up camp, filming the process and sharing his gear for the night. But the calm wouldn't last long.
This is inside the Exped Venus 2 ultralight. It's massive, it's absolutely huge. It comes with its own little line, which I absolutely love. There's loads of fixings for things like lanterns. It's a proper two-person tent. To be honest, it's way too big for one person, but when I'm camping locally, that's when I tend to take out my big tents with me, because why not? I'm not going far.
Out of nowhere, a Land Rover pulled up beside his camp. 3 men stepped out, armed, and clearly not pleased. They aggressively confronted Andy, claiming he was trespassing on private land.
Oh, gutted. Just been busted. Really busted. Like 3 guys Land Rover busted. Oh dear. Have to keep it quiet. Oh dear. Well, campers, that was an experience, but a good one. It's out of the way now. It's the first time I've been busted, so God, nearly got shot. Fucking hell. Oh dear. God. Nice. This old guy with a gun, someone in a suit, and then the backup team, which I weren't going to mess with them, just asking what the I was doing. Oops, not good. Oh, it's a good job on my YouTuber though. I just said I was making a video. Oh, this is awkward. Oh dear. Oh, so heart rate coming to an end. Oh dear me.
Realizing he'd made a serious mistake, Andy apologized and began quickly packing up his gear. Tension filled the air as the men stood watching.
Basically, what happened was, tent pitched up, everything out. I was, like I said, I was in a fire break. Came, I could see there's a car, so I like ducked down. And yeah, he clearly knew where I was. And I just apologised straight away. It's like, there's no point being aggy about it. You know, you just got to put your hands up. Just, sorry, you know, bit of an idiot. Felt an idiot, that's for sure. You know, won't happen again, type thing, which it won't. God, I didn't realise it was a shoot in Woodland. Didn't know that at all.
Luckily, Andy walked away unharmed. But it was a chilling reminder. When you're far from help and a situation turns hostile, it's better to leave than risk the unknown, especially when weapons are involved. Gaz, an experienced outdoorsman, set off on another wild camping trip with his loyal dog, Fendi. But what was meant to be a peaceful escape turned into something much darker.
Shall I sit down on the beach for a bit? Watch the fish. Tell you what, I did spot on my way in as well, and it looks like an abandoned campsite, so we'll go have a look at that as well.
They began their journey near a quiet lake. On the way down, Gaz noticed an abandoned tent, something he planned to explore later. After a day of hiking, waterfalls, and peace in nature, Gaz and Fendi returned to camp.
Oh, she's there. What are you doing, mate? I'd be scared then.
And here we are, home for night.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
And there she is. What do you think to me? New tent. Well, it's not a new tent, but I've dyed it. So it's a new tent to me. So put your night vision goggles back on so you can see me. And then we'll go find the druid's altar. What are you doing? Oh yeah.
He made coffee, sat by the fire, but then the tranquility shattered. Strange noises echoed through the trees. A loud crash jolted Gaz. Something, or someone, was out there.
Go chill out for a bit. I'll have this and then we'll go for a walk. So impatient, isn't she?
What was that? Did you hear that?
Definitely sounded like a tree falling down from over there somewhere. Kept hearing stuff up behind me, and then big crash right over there, but I can't see out through trees. Predator.
At first, he chalked it up to wildlife, but the unease lingered. As they pushed deeper through the trees, the darkness seemed to close in around them.
I can hear rustling over here, but don't know if it's just my imagination playing tricks on me. Oh, this is a bit dodgy, isn't it? Be careful, mate. Oh, look at this.
That's when they came across it. A strange man-made structure built entirely from stone. It wasn't just random rocks. Someone had taken time to build this. Moving further in, they finally reached the forgotten camp.
Yeah, tawny owls going off their heads down there. 3 of them. There it is over there. There it is, look, the tent. Hello? Hello? There's rubbish everywhere. Oh.
Just looks like kids have been in here. Oh, I don't know. Oh, there you go. That answers it, doesn't it?
Friend, shit me pants then, mate.
Oh, look. Bong there and cream of tomato soup.
He crept toward the tent, finding scattered belongings, left behind as if someone had been squatting there, or worse.
Just heard something splashing about down there. And they stop moving about and grunting, you muppet. Must be out.
Heading back to his own camp, he heard splashing in the distance. Then, eye shine again. He froze. His headlamp flickered, and then it turned off.
Oh, my head torch seems to be running out of battery now. Watch, it'll dim in a minute. Keeps dimming. Great. That's all we need. Oh, definitely just saw eye shine over there. Oh, fucking head torch. Oh, maybe it was a Wendigo.
In the shadows, he found a concrete structure. And then he saw it. An upside-down Bible with strange writing inside. The air grew colder. The woods, darker.
Oh, do we dare even come in here? Holy Bible. That says the end there. Is it upside down? Why would it be upside down? Is Genesis the first passage of the Bible? I don't know. It's got some scribbling on there. Can't make out what it says. Mary Ann something or other. Eastwood, Todmorden, 1995. That's creepy, isn't it? Upside down Bible.
Was this a message? Gaz had seen enough. He returned to camp, shaken, unsure if he'd just brushed against the supernatural or something far more dangerous. Would you have stayed or made a run for it? Luke is no stranger to the outdoors. He spends most of his spare time filming his journeys around the world, camping, hiking, and always up for new challenges. Well, in this video, he certainly faced one, and it was intense.
Luke here with the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel. I'm here in the frozen Alaskan rainforest, and I brought my hot tent because it's supposed to be a blizzard tonight. Woo!
Luke found a beautiful spot in Alaska, deep in the woods, surrounded by tall trees and thick snow. He dug out the snow, set up his teepee, gathered firewood, and got a fire going.
Well, the fire's barely going and it's heating up quite nicely in here. Making my pants steam. That's why everyone calls me Hot Pants. Nobody calls me that. All this wood is wet and cold, so we're gonna put it around the stove to dry it out before we throw it in. I'm gonna string up a little clothesline to start drying my gloves out. I brought a little luxury item here.
As darkness crept in, so did Luke's hunger. He made himself some herbal tea and cooked a hot meal, keeping his energy up because he was going to need it.
You can really feel the temperature difference out here. Melting snow is such a pain. It'll probably take me 45 minutes to get this snow melted and up to a boil. All right, we got the water boiling. It's time to make some food. Got some beef bouillon cubes, a little bit of salt. I got these little lamb T-bones here and they're already seasoned. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the bone out and cut off the grizzle, put that in the pot first. I'm gonna have some herbal tea here. A little savory, a little sweet, a little bit spicy. It's good.
Everything seemed perfect. But overnight, the weather took a terrifying turn. By morning, snow was coming down fast and heavy. Luke packed up quickly, knowing he had to get moving before things got worse.
Well, it's toasty warm in this bag and I am tired, so I'm gonna hit the sack and we're gonna see what this blizzard brings because I can hear it snowing really hard right now. We'll see what we got in the morning.
I was woken up by big chunks of snow falling off the trees onto the tent. The wind's picked up a little bit, so it's happening a fair amount. But I think it's time to get up.
What a beautiful campsite. This right here is Prince William Sound, one of the most gorgeous parts of Alaska. And this forest here is actually rainforest. They get something like 200 inches of rain every year here. This is one of my favorite places in Alaska. But this storm is getting worse. I think I better get my snowshoes on and get out of here.
Howled. The snow blinded him, and with every step, it felt like the forest was trying to swallow him whole. When he finally reached his car, his face was smeared with snow.
I'm almost to the car. Hopefully I can get it out of the snowdrift. Well, there you go. That's not too buried. I can get that out.
After shoveling his vehicle out, he hit the road, only to come across another car stuck in the snow. He stopped to help them, then continued on his way home. But the challenge wasn't over. His car kept drifting. The road was completely iced over. Several times, he had to stop, get out, and shovel the road just to keep moving, all while the wind hammered against him with relentless force.
The drifts are so bad, I've got to run out and scout ahead. with some sketchy stuff. There was just the smallest window through that snowdrift. I had to go and run about 50 feet in front of the car and put my red shovel in the snow, and I'd use that as a target to aim for the path. And I'd get there and I'd run back and go another 50 feet. And if you got off 6 inches to either side, you were done. But by doing that, me and everybody that was behind me was able to get through the snowdrifts.
Eventually, after a long and brutal journey, Luke made it home. Cold, exhausted, but grateful to be back with his loved ones. He was certainly lucky. Camping in those conditions was no small risk. If the weather had gotten worse, he could have ended up stuck in his teepee, or unable to make it out of the forest at all. A solo camper set out for his very first overnight trip deep in the woods. But this wasn't just any night, it was Halloween. As he hiked through the forest, he shared a local legend. It was said that a ghostly man wanders this area after dark, lost, searching, and seen only by the unlucky.
Hi guys, we're down at Dungeness. It's Halloween 2024, so I've decided to go out and do a solo camp. I've never done a solo camp in my life, so it's going to be something different for me, a new experience, and probably a little bit creepy. I've heard there's been a few hauntings in the area. One story was absolutely great, actually, thinking about it. I was just trying not to trip over. But I always remember it. A guy down on the beach fishing, and there's known to be a ghost. He's like an old fisherman type man, because it's like a fishing village, desert. He's known in the area to walk around in like dungaree type trousers and, you know, like traditional sort of fisherman sort of dress, old school. And apparently there was a guy down on the beach fishing away, and he was just getting to a point where he was ready to pack up to go home. And he turned around and see a bloke stand there staring at him. Bearing in mind this is in the dark at night time, not midnight. And anyway, he sat there, he sort of spoke to the bloke a little bit. The bloke didn't answer, he just stood there staring. And he decided enough's enough, I'm going to leave. Turned around to look at the bloke again, and he'd gone. Well, this guy freaked out, and he's rushed back to his car, and he's jumped in his motor, and he was too scared that he didn't even pack any of his fishing rods up or anything.
Tension lingered in the air as he continued to make his way into the creepy woods, eventually finding a clearing to pitch his tent. He watched the sun go down, surrounded by silence, unaware of what the night would bring.
Right guys, that's the tent all pitched up, ready to go. How exciting. It's only an old tent I'd lain around, but it does me okay. So nice and quick and easy. Cool, you can hear all the birds singing. So peaceful down here, apart from the main road. Does feel a little eerie though, if I'm honest, especially on your own. I mean, it doesn't look much in the camera, but the sun is going down fast. It's quite creepy, if I'm honest.
By 11:15 p.m., he climbed into his tent, remarking how the atmosphere had shifted. The woods were eerily still, almost too still. Then it began.
Right guys, we're in the tent. It's getting a bit creepy outside. I thought I heard a few noises here and there, but I'll just put it down to animals, I think, because you know, it's a bit nasty out there. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm gonna because there's not a lot else I can do, I think I'm gonna get my head down, because it's now 11:30. So what was that? Did you hear that, guys? fuck was that? What was that noise? It sounded close to the tent.
The sound of slow, deliberate footsteps circled his tent. Heart racing, he grabbed his flashlight and stepped outside. But there was nothing, or so he thought. Shrugging it off, he returned to his tent.
Because that wasn't very nice. That sounded a bit close to the tent. Can't see anything, guys. I haven't heard the noise since. I don't know, guys. It's creeped me out a lot though. This solo camping is a little bit is a bit sketchy if I'm honest. Oh, I don't know what that noise was, guys, but I'm back in the tent and I think I'm just going to call it a night because I'm quite tired. I just hope whatever that was has buggered off. I don't know what it was, whether it was an animal or I really don't know, but that was scary.
But at 2 a.m., something struck at it, again and again, until the fabric caved in.
What was that, guys? Shit. There's someone out there. Shit. That's shaking me up, guys. That's really shaking me up.
Now fully awake and terrified, he peeked outside with his torch, feeling watched, but seeing nothing. That was it. He abandoned his camp and fled back to safety.
What the fuck was that? Absolutely shitting myself. What the fuck was that? I can't do this, guys. I can't stay here. I cannot stay here, guys. I really can't. I don't know what the hell that was. There's someone here. There's got to be. There's someone here. Shit. I ain't hanging around here, guys. I've left my tent. I didn't pack it up in the end. I'm sorry about the head torch. I'm not turning that off. I'm not turning the head torch off. I need to see where I'm going and who's around me. Because, This isn't very nice, guys. This really isn't very nice.
His first solo camp had become a nightmare. Do you think it was a prank? Or was something far more sinister stalking him that night? This unsettling footage comes from Maman, a seasoned camper known for exploring eerie, remote locations. But this trip would be unlike any other. As the sun set, he arrived at his campsite and built a fire. The warm glow lit up in the darkness as he brewed a hot chocolate and lit a cigarette, relaxing into what seemed like a typical night. Then he shared the story of the land, a haunted road, a nearby village, and a cemetery. Locals say people who wander here become lost. Some even speak of ghosts who appear human.
And this is the road according to the residents or according to the village here. This road is very scary and friends and very haunted. Straight is the direction of the village. So the direction to the left to the right is the direction to the cemetery, friends. So this road is used for the activities of villagers to the village. So there is a village there too, my friends. Then there is a village there, then towards the left there is a cemetery. Because every time someone passes by here, my friends often get lost. So it's as if there are ghosts on this road that often resemble humans.
Later that night, he went for a walk down one of the trails, but couldn't shake the feeling he was being followed. Creeped out, he returned to camp. But the strangeness was only beginning. Suddenly, he heard a noise. His bike. It had somehow turned on by itself. The handlebars jerked unnaturally, like someone, or something, was controlling them.
HHH hit H hit high hit H hit Hognia.
No one was there. He shut it off and retreated to his tent. 2 cameras were rolling, one aimed at the bike, the other at himself. He sat in his tent, waiting, and then, an hour later, it happened. A tall entity dressed in white with long hair sat motionless on the bike. Then, it let out another laugh. Maman sat frozen, watching through his camera in disbelief. When he panned around, the figure had vanished. What was that? A prank? Or something far worse stalking him from the shadows? The woods hide things we were never meant to see, and these encounters are proof that not everyone comes back the same. Which encounter left you on edge? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because there are plenty more nightmares to come.